Hi, I'm Andrew Oberholzer. I head up the Men's Health Association in South Africa. I became involved in men's health through working in the field of pharmaceuticals. Back in the 1990s, I worked for a company called Pfizer, and at the time the scientists were doing research on a new drug for angina. That's a heart condition where there's insufficient blood flow to the heart. And as with all clinical studies, the scientists document all the side effects very carefully. And interestingly enough, the men in this particular clinical study were reporting a very interesting side effect, and that was that they were getting these really amazing erections. At the same time, another scientist discovered the chemical involved in causing erections, and the two groups of scientists put two and two together and realized, in fact, that this molecule that they were studying for angina was possibly a cure or a treatment for erectile dysfunction. So before tablets or oral treatments became available for erectile dysfunction, the treatments were quite scary for men. You had to either take a needle and inject yourself in the penis, or you could use what's called a vacuum pump device. Now this involves inserting a big elastic band around the base of the penis, and then a big perspex tube is inserted over the penis, and then you've got to use another pumping device to actually pump the air out of the tube, and then you get an erection. So that's why it was such a big deal when they actually discovered a tablet that worked effectively for treating erectile dysfunction. When we launched this first tablet in South Africa, we thought it would do fantastically, just as it had done in America. But South Africa is not America. So the generation of men in America were very quick to go and get help and treatment for erectile dysfunction when Viagra was launched onto the market there. That same group of South African men back in 1999, I'm talking about men over the age of 50, turned out to be a very conservative bunch. They'd grown up in quite a sexually conservative environment as opposed to their baby boomer equivalents in the States, who had grown up with free love and Playboy and the sexual revolution. So, of course, back to the drawing board, and we started doing a lot of research. And we discovered, first of all, that men were not comfortable with talking about sexual problems to their general practitioner. Eventually, after a lot of education, both with general practitioners and educating South African men, that sexual health is an important part of overall health, eventually this medication started to take off and more men came forward for treatment. So that was how I got involved in men's health. And along the way, I founded the Southern African Sexual Health Association. I then started the Health Society of South Africa, and about 2 years ago, we set up the Men's Health Association. So, what am I doing here and what have I got to say? Well, we're going to be doing a series on men's health because over the past few years, we've realized that a lot of guys in the corporate environment, through doing wellness days and events, just don't know the basic facts. So we're going to be doing a series of talks on different aspects of men's health. If we look at global statistics, men live about 5 to 6 years less than women. Even if they do reach old age, often their quality of life is much worse than their female equivalents.